today.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
Here's Love looking to pass on the first play. And his first pass is incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Duvernay in motion. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard. That's taken in by Duvernay. Purdy now to throw off the play action. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands.
Yeah, to the sideline, and it's...
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs and down the hands of the wrong team.
Back. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Purdy. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. A give left side for Davis Price. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36.
I like this focus there, because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the 49ers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the 1st half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Love now. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter. This 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And 3 yards there. Takes him to the 45. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. McCaffrey running up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Stopped on the play by Colby Wooden. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this 1st half of action. Purdy from the gun. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And Debo going to have a Niners 1st down as he'll get this down in the 30-yard line. Talk about a big 1st half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the 1st half of this divisional round matchup. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line.
Touchdown! Danny Gray from 10 yards out. And the 49ers continue to pull away here in this 1st half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Moody good with the extra point, and it is 28-0. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers with a football here late in this 1st half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. First down, going to the air with Love. Open man is Duvernay. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw now. Here's Love. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Again, it's Love. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
57. Mike, 57.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. On now is the Packers punter. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first two quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And he's going to have the Niners first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. Bryce Young, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Purdy. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Second and a couple. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On second down, Nichols. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. On the give, this is Nichols. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll run here with Mason. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. And they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long. Here's Love. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders, and I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 86 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. Play action. Now Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. 32 yards. And the Niners have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they've earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Love. Complete. It's Johnson. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Fielded at the 33. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. And he's got this down to the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the 2nd half, you've got the lead, You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now a dump off here complete and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Purdy bootlegging it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Back now here in Santa Clara. The Niners on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Davis Price trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point, and it is 42-0. A 10-play drive that time. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense set to go. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Love from the gun. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Love now on 2nd down. He's got Mason complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing. Love. Throw out wide is incomplete. Second and 10. Going back to Love. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On third down, Love is caught. Reception by Holmes. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. On now is the Packers punter, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. 2nd and 5. Throwing here, Purdy. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. There he goes again, and he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 58 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth-quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 131 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
Well, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And now the Packers get set to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, Both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Love. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. But not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Love back to it here after the pick six. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Love looking to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it second down. Working out of the gun. Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now Mason. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
57. Mike, 57.
Looking to throw. Love. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.